Hey guys, how are you doing? It's Timo here, and today I'll be showing you how to do 4 of really easy, cheap and simple syrups which you can use for any cocktail out there. The first syrup that we're gonna be making is called simple syrup. Simple syrup is basically just water and sugar mixed together. There's 2 options how to do this. A lot of people tend to put it in a pan and then boil it on the stove while stirring so the sugar incorporates in the water. I don't like to do that. We're gonna make them simple, easy and cheap with items that you should have at home. Alright, so for simple syrup, we're gonna need 1 part sugar and 1 part water. To start this off, we're gonna need a scale. Let's turn that on. $200 mils. There's also a measuring cup like it says, you could just look, or I'm looking at the scale. 200, a little bit over. It doesn't matter if it's like a few grams on or off. Of course my scale went off. It might be helpful if you have a scale that is not bought from Kmart for $1 and keeps on dying, but it still does the job. So we're gonna do 200 grams of sugar now. To help the sugar incorporate in the water, we're just going to give it a stir. As you can see, the color starts changing to translucent. That pretty much means that it's done and ready to use. So we can have a quick taste. Perfect. So and then we're just going to get one of our bottles, pour it in. So, like this one up, lid up, and into the fridge. Alright, so the next syrup we're gonna make is basically the same thing as we just did. It's a simple syrup with added vanilla extract. So that's why we're gonna get a simple vanilla syrup. We're gonna get our scale back on, get our hot water from before. Again, the same thing. I saw that I did a little bit too much before with 200, so I'm gonna go 180 now. To 180 sugar. Alright. And then we're gonna pour in 15 ml of vanilla extract into this mix. So I'm just gonna measure that in our jigger. So I just pour that one in. Beautiful. Same thing as before, grab our spoon and give it a quick stir. So again, we're just stirring the liquid to get all the sugars incorporated, to get the vanilla extract inside. It's beautiful, so let's give it a quick taste. I don't know about you, but I love vanilla. So that's a perfect vanilla syrup. Same thing as before, bottle, pour it in, into the fridge. Beautiful, so perfect vanilla syrup. Alright, so then the next syrup we're gonna make is honey syrup. So again, really easy, nothing special about it. The reason why we're making the syrup out of a honey is again the same thing, just to incorporate it in the drink a little bit easier. I'm using a mixed blossom honey, but obviously the point of this is to make them cheap, fast and easy, so I will just use any honey that you have lying at home. We're gonna be mixing this 3 parts honey to 1 part water. We're gonna turn our scale back on and we're gonna go 300 grams of honey. As you can see, the honey has a really Grab our boiling water, pour in 100 mils. Perfect. As you can see, honey is denser in texture and has more density, so the water just stays on top. You can see 2 layers. So basically we just need to incorporate these 2 together. We just need to grab our spoon again and mix it in. So yeah, this one is a little bit harder to mix in. You have to give it a little bit more work, a little bit more time, so to say, but as soon as you start going, you're good. Gonna check a little bit more. It's nice liquid state now. Give it a try. Put that back. Same thing as before. Bottle, pour in, cap on, into the fridge. You want to get all of these syrups nice and cold before you are ready to use them. Beautiful. I don't know. They keep on having too much. It's been a while since I tasted honey. And now raspberry syrup. These are still really nice. That is cool. Okay, so for this, we're gonna need a pan. And we're gonna go 150 grams of frozen raspberries. We're gonna go 150 grams of sugar. Perfect. And we're gonna pour 100 mils of water on top. We're gonna transfer this to the stove. So first, let's put the stove on, fire, boom, done. Our pan on top. Basically now we just have to leave it and bring it to the boil. And after we're gonna bring it to the boil, we're gonna lower the heat and let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. So this is how it looks like right now, just berries sitting in. Starting to boil now. What I'm gonna do is lower the heat. Don't forget to give it a stir every now and then, making sure all the raspberries get mixed around. Alright, as we can see, the berries are slowly starting to break down. So make sure to give it a few more stirs. There are two ways to do this now. The first and the more common way is to finely strain this into a bottle, getting rid of all the seeds and pulp that's left from the raspberries and just getting the pure juice out of it. I personally think that's a bit of a waste because I think the seeds and the chunks of berries left can give you a nice texture to the drink. So what I do with mine, instead of fine straining it into the bottle, I prefer to get a muddler and make sure to muddle down any berries that are still kinda intact. So this is what I'm left with. So it's like a raspberry jam kind of thing. And from here I'm just gonna pour it into a bottle like... Whoops. Alright, so now we're done with our syrups. So we make sure to leave them in the fridge for at least, I don't know, 3-4 hours. I would say at minimum, that way you're gonna get them from hot to cold. So we did that with our syrups and here are the results. So we have our first syrup that we made, which is simple syrup. We got our second, which is vanilla syrup. So basically the same thing, sugar, water, and then added a little bit of vanilla extract. Then the third one we did was a honey syrup. So basically just honey and water. So it's basically just pure honey that we just made into liquid state. And then the fourth one, which is a little bit more of a advanced, not advanced, none of these cocktails are advanced, but it's like not as easy as mixing two components together. So it's our raspberry syrup with raspberry remaining inside. That's it from me. Hope you guys had a good time. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.